was something about her music that separated her from the rest of the pack. And I think that was the mixture of the profane, and which was common in punk, but the sacred.
And plus she was a poet, you know? I mean, she was a poet in the true sense of the word. She mythologized herself, like any really great rock and roll star does.
Jesus died for somebody's sins, but not mine.
Final stars in the noir clear, the field we call sky. Excuse me, I tripped and I dropped my hand in his. He like insect nest. All the red wire spiders jabbed in his flesh like G-strings. It was so easy to transform everything into guitar strings.
Wow, God.
Illuminated calligraphy, everything was something else. A sound was a room, spongy layer of flesh, a trumpet.
Soon I really belong to me.
Patti sort of evolved her poems into rock and roll. In fact, what was amazing about her in that period was the way that she would just go off into the stratosphere, into the astral plane, you know, as she was performing, you know, in half a trance.
Anything's allowed.
I met Patti Smith just about 1970. And since Patti had grown up in South Jersey and I grew up in Central Jersey, we shared a lot of the same reference points. And at the time I was working at Village Oldies on Bleecker Street, and she would come in on Saturday nights and we'd drink beer and dance around to the Dovelles or the Moonglows and, you know, kind of have a lot of fun. She knew I played guitar and she said, well, I'm doing this poetry reading. You want to do a couple, I don't know, we didn't even call them songs, just play along with me. CB's was so important to us for giving us a place to really understand who we were, especially in the improvised songs. Patti would tell a different story every night, and we would just kind of follow along. Country, and every town we would visit, we would see little pockets that would become the alternate rock scene in that town. You go to San Francisco, and Crime and the Avengers would be at the show. You go to LA, and you know, the Zeros and the Germs would be there. I mean, you go to England, what would become the Clash, the Sex Pistols, Chrissie Hynde, they were all there. And we all felt like there was a real mood of not only us against them, but a sense that it was time for rock's regeneration.
You know, we thought, oh, the rest of the world will catch up to this and they'll realize what we're doing. They never did. And then, of course, the Sex Pistols came along and buried us all.